In this episode, it's Two American Friends, Part 3. I'm Chris Casey, and this is Sea to Shining Sea. Welcome back to Sea to Shining Sea, and this episode 16. Yeah, 16. I know it's been a minute since my last episode. You know, life and everything gets in the way, and it's just been a busy spring. Hope everybody's having a wonderful 2022, and I hope you enjoy this episode. Went back to Iowa and hung out with my best friend Mike Davis, who I've had on here a couple other times, my co-creator, best bud, and we had a little fun. He made a little homemade wine, and we celebrated. There were lots of laughs in this episode. I hope you enjoy it. I do apologize that the Spider-Man episode hasn't been done yet. Trying to get my 15-year-old, who's very busy with sports, but it is on the list of to-dos. Without further ado, here's Two American Friends on Sea to Shining Sea. Welcome back to Sea to Shining Sea. I'm Chris Casey, and I'm back. What would this be? My friend Mike. I don't know if you remember.
Episode 3, right?
Episode 3, Return of the Dads, the Duds, the whatever. What did you come up with?
Return of the Dads.
Return of the Dads.
3.
There you go. Yeah. So I'm back in Iowa, my home state, as we were before, and 51st trip around the sun, hanging out with my buddy Mike. And you know what? You guys have given us a lot of love on these episodes, and we're going to entertain you with another one. It's kind of our thing now, I guess. We're making this an annual thing, right?
Yeah.
You know, it's kind of
It should be more often than that, though.
Yeah, well, you know, we'll figure that out. We always do. My vintner, my personal vintner here, Mike, has made a wonderful aged 3 months.
Yeah, something like that.
It's a dark cherry Kool-Aid. We might be getting a little silly later, but hey, you know, it's all good. So, ladies and gentlemen, Mike Davis, my co-creator of this podcast. How you doing, Mike?
I'm doing good. Yourself?
Cool. I'm great, man. Back in the homeland.
Had some great breakfast this morning.
Great breakfast, and the grass is green. I bring in the warm weather from North Carolina because we rolled in yesterday. It was in the 40s and 50s and raining and windy, and I wanted to get the hell out of here. But but no, it's always good to be home and visit with friends. We had a good dinner last night, and we're going to get a 24-year-old drunk tonight. So, you know, my possible future son-in-law, he's just a kid, and now he's in trouble because he's going to be hanging out with all of us knuckleheads. So,
It'll be a good night.
So shout out to Colin Houston. Welcome to the group.
Welcome to Iowa.
Yeah, welcome to Iowa. He is already a Busch Light fan, so he already had good cred before he come in. Anyways, we got some more funny questions. No, we're not going to do like different sections or whatever. We're just going to go through them. You know, while you're listening, guys, hey, what's your response to these questions? Send me an email, sea2shiningsea2019@gmail.com. At me on Twitter, ChrisCasey71. And I also have this pretty cool thing that I've been messing with, Sea to Shining Sea on YouTube. I've been doing voiceover stuff. I recently did the Gettysburg Address. I've done Casey at the Bat. I know these are things you've heard of but never listened to in quite a long time. Give it a listen. Give me a like on the subscriber button. It's cool to hear people listening. And, you know, we just talking about that, Mike. I just surpassed 800 downloads.
Great.
I mean, and when we talked about this a few years ago, I never thought that would happen. And I don't do any promoting. I mean, this is me just doing it. People listening. I know in Ontario, Canada, I'm going to shout out to you guys because I know there's at least 20 listeners up there. And that's awesome. I know somebody's obviously telling somebody else, hey, this guy, I don't know what you're saying about it, but I'm glad.
It's awesome, eh?
So, hey, yeah, thanks, eh? You know, appreciate you. I don't know what kind of accent that was, but...
Mixed, anyway.
Exactly.
Melting pot.
But man, I told you last time we recorded, we are worldwide, man. We're over in Germany. We're in India. We're in Great Britain. Actually had somebody reach out from Japan. So that's awesome, man. One of these days, it'll get even bigger when I have the time. Who has the time, right?
Yep.
We're sitting in Mike's backyard in the beautiful little town of West Burlington, Iowa. Anybody who's from Iowa listening would know down near the banks of the Mississippi.
Apple trees are blooming.
Yes,
The
birds
pears
are
and the
chirping.
lilacs, birds are chirping.
So if you hear the weed eater in the background, a mower, it's just spring in Iowa. People are just doing their business. It's Saturday. And yeah, the apple trees look awesome, man. I mean, I wish it were a little warmer and grab a dip in the pool, but looks like you got to clean that up yet.
A little chilly. We're getting there.
He's got other things to worry about, like his
We'll call it winemaking.
winemaking. What is it?
Vintner.
Vintner. There we go. See? So yeah, we're going to sit back, enjoy our little episode 3. And you ready to get started, Mike?
Let's do it.
All right, man. So we're going to ponder these questions. I'm going to read them off, and we're just kind of going to give our little 2 cents, See where it goes, just like anything else, We're unscripted, unfiltered here at Sea to Shining Sea.
For sure. Unsupervised.
And unsupervised, unfiltered. Cheers. All right, first question. This is a very, very serious question. Is cereal soup? Why? Why not?
No, it's not soup. It's a main food group.
It's a main food group.
If my kids are tired, they go, we just want cereal for supper. It's okay.
Cereal
Cereal is great to have just dried, just eat it as a snack. It is not soup.
What's your favorite cereal?
Captain Crunch dry.
Ah, dude, do you like your mouth? Shit, that's like chewing sandpaper.
Yeah, a little abrasive, but it's good. Or Cinnamon Toast Crunch.
Oh, I don't think it's soup. Soup to me has to be hot. There's no and if it's cold, if you're eating soup and it's cold,
You're wrong.
yeah, heat it up, put it in the microwave. So yeah, my favorite go-to cereal. I mean, I could do some Cocoa Pebbles, Fruity Pebbles. My go-to cereal is Lucky Charms.
Oh,
And once in a while, before I go to bed at night, man, I'll pour a bowl of Lucky Charms.
Yeah.
Just like as good as having a bowl of ice cream,
a nice snack.
Got the dairy going, a little sugar. Hey,
Yeah. It's all good.
And I remember in high school getting little packets of Lucky Charms and just eating the marshmallows.
You can buy just the marshmallows, too.
You can?
Yeah.
Oh, my God.
Yeah, it's dangerous.
That tells you how often I go to the grocery store.
No, you have to go like a bulk food store or something like that.
Oh,
or,
like a Costco or a Sam's.
yeah, more like, a little.
We both like sugary cereal. There you go. But it's our age. I mean, we grew up with sugary cereal.
Oh, absolutely.
What is the most obscure cereal? What's the most obscure cereal you remember as a kid? I've got 2 of them.
All right, go ahead.
Quisp. Remember Quisp? The little guy with the little...
Oh, yeah.
And it was kind of like Captain Crunch. It was kind of like a Captain...
Yeah, it was, yeah.
It wasn't good.
No.
One, and I don't even know if they still have it. They might, was Frankenberry and Count Chocula.
One of our local breweries recently made Fruity Pebbles like an IPA.
Oh.
And it sounded good. It was horrible. I cannot drink
my
a pint.
God.
It was.
I don't like IPAs though, man. You know I'm a big beer drinker, but I am not an IPA guy.
It was not.
I like my beer to taste like beer, not like a sour mess.
It smelled like Fruity Pebbles, but it tasted just rough.
Yeah. No, I like a beer with a beer taste, All right. Moving on. And it's a totally different. What's invisible, but you wish people could see?
I work in physical therapy. I wish people could see pain. If you had back pain and pain shooting down your legs, I wish you glowed like neon and people could see that a perfectly healthy, normal-looking person was truly suffering. How about that?
Wow, that was deep. That wasn't
deep.
even funny.
No,
But-
not funny.
But it's a
It's legit.
It's legit, and the dog's going after a bird.
After the robin.
After Robin. So what's invisible to me that I wish people could see?
Radio waves.
Radio waves? Yeah, that could be a good one. I would say rancid smell. If I'm
Like in the
walking
cartoons?
like if I'm walking into a room and I know something's not right,
Someone's not right?
Yes. I guess, yeah, that would be it. Something invisible. Mine wasn't as good an answer as yours, but
Yeah, that's all right.
These questions are actually going to make you think, everybody. They're funny questions, but they're also could be deep or
Not.
tough.
Or not.
Yeah. All right, here's another food one. A debate that has plagued for centuries, or at least a century. Is a hot dog a sandwich? Why or why not?
Technically it is, but it's its own thing, and when you're a standalone, so no.
I think no, because a sandwich has 2 pieces of bread.
They're separate.
A hot dog is a piece of bread sliced open and the meat placed in the middle.
But what if you don't have hot dog buns? You use a piece of bread and fold it over.
Well, there's that. Peg it a blanket.
Which usually how we do it at my house.
I mean, if you look, a hot dog's similar to a taco.
Yeah.
And there was an ad campaign. Is it a sandwich or is it a taco? A sandwich is 2 pieces of bread with meat in the middle. Right. Or whatever. Bananas, peanut butter jelly. Big fan of peanut butter jelly.
Absolutely.
Big fan. The next one is probably going to be a funny one. I'm just thinking of my answer already. What's the best Wi-Fi name you've seen?
Oh, that's easy. In my neighborhood, I can search. And there's one, I'm not sure where it's at, but it's Tell My Wi-Fi Lover.
Nice. So I work in an industry where I see people's internet network names all the time when I'm helping them, troubleshoot an issue or whatever. And I saw one that was called Steve's Private Porn Network.
Yep.
And I just went, all right.
Keep it real. Actually, my church, it says Jesus is watching.
Of course he is.
So
I love it. That's great.
To contrast that one, so there you go.
Hey, everybody that's listening, what's the craziest Wi-Fi name you've ever seen? Let me know. I mean, I would share that in the next episode. Moving on. This is one you might have to think a minute on. In 40 years, which would be 2062.
Yep.
Jesus, you know what I would be?
Old.
91 years old. Wow, I need a drink. What are your thoughts on this one, sir?
Okay, let's hear you.
In 40 years, what will people be nostalgic for?
The great music we still had in the 60s, 70s, 80s, and 90s, and not any from the 2000s.
Yes, let's hope the youngins of all those folks that are still around from our young years carry on the tradition. Incidentally, if any Boston fans out there in the Charlotte area, Tommy DiCarlo, the last lead singer of Boston, him and his son have a band called DiCarlo, and his son's playing his dad's music. So, I mean, I would hope that continues. I don't know if, you're a big country fan too.
Yeah.
A lot of these new country acts like Luke Combs, and of course Eric Church has been that way. They're kind of old school sound, and right now 90s country is as popular as it has ever been. I mean, you got Brooks and Dunn getting back together. I mean, I agree with you 1,000% as far as the
good music is timeless, and good movies are timeless.
And I think that would be my thought on what people will be nostalgic for 40 years from now. I think your movies, your Marvels, your DCs, maybe Marvel, not so much Star Wars, but definitely the Marvel stuff. It's already nostalgic, and in 40 years it's going to be even more. You're going to have levels of nostalgia,
right?
I think that's probably the biggest thing, nostalgia-wise, that anybody listening probably would agree. What's old is new, and a lot of things are becoming that way.
Romeo and Juliet is timeless because it's the love story, and it's dealing with the in-laws.
Yep.
It's never old. It's the same thing, just a new version of it.
Sports, same way. They get bigger, stronger, faster.
Still same game.
Same
challenges.
Yep. In 40 years, maybe Sea to Shining Sea will be nostalgic, and in 40 years, people will be listening to this episode. You never know, right?
Invest early.
Invest early, absolutely. Sea to Shining Sea 2019 at Sea. No, man, I hope to be alive 40 years from now.
Hope so too.
And you too, and yeah, I could see that. You and I at 90 and 86 or whatever.
Grumpy Old Men 2064 edition.
You're damn right. Absolutely. So much.
Today or then.
But we love you guys who are listening. We appreciate it. Hope you're getting a few laughs, and we're just getting started here on this beautiful May 7th, 2022 here in the great state of Iowa. Tonight, we're dining on pizza before going to our favorite watering hole. How do you feel about putting pineapple on pizza?
It's not my thing. Meat goes on pizza, but if it's your thing, fine.
Preach, brother, preach.
I want meat on top of my meat.
I like either breakfast pizza, which that's still meat and eggs, but if I'm having pizza, it's going to be all meat or little meat, no pineapple, no vegetables. If I want vegetables, I'll eat a salad. You know what I'm saying? And my wife and kids are like, "You're you're silly." I said, "No, I'm damn right, you know."
Little slice of taco pizza.
And then when they asked me to make homemade pizza, which I can throw down a homemade pizza now. My daughter likes pineapple on her pizza, and I don't know what's going on there. Ugh.
She's wrong, but it's
yeah,
okay.
yeah.
Still love her.
Exactly. No, not a fan of pineapple on pizza. My go-to pizza, which hopefully we'll get a couple tonight, buffalo chicken.
That works. Chicken bacon ranch is good.
Chicken bacon ranch. I could always throw down some sausage and pepperoni.
Meat lovers. Okay,
guys, we're in Iowa, so the big pizza here is Casey's General Store. If you're from the Midwest, anywhere in the Midwest, you'll understand what I mean. We landed in Illinois yesterday, coming from North Carolina. The first place we stopped was Casey's General Store to get a slice of Casey's pizza. So that will be happening tonight. So I hopefully Casey's throws me a check for the 800 people listening.
Commissions.
Shout out to Casey's. Now get down to the Carolinas so I can get some Casey pizza. I wish they could ship them frozen. Anyway, So we'll be dining on that tonight. That was one that I thought was an interesting discussion. All right, here's one, and I know specifically exactly. You know, we like TV and movies here at Sea to Shining Sea. And this is a movie question. All right, Mike.
Okay.
What part of a kid's movie completely scarred you?
Oh, I think probably one of the earliest, scariest movies I ever saw was Pet Sematary.
Oh, wow, that's a dark one.
Yeah, so, here's your beloved family pet that, just things didn't go well.
Mm-mm.
So, probably Pet Sematary or Friday the 13th Part 1.
Yeah, that was creepy because Jason wasn't even in it.
Right.
It was the mom the whole time.
Right.
Mm-hmm. That's funny. So mine, and it wasn't necessarily a kid's movie, but at the time it was, and it probably is today, was The Wicked Witch in The Wizard of Oz. Scared the living shit out of me when I was a kid.
Yeah.
And the other one was Jaws. I was
79.
born in 71, so and it came out in 75. I think the first time I seen it, I was probably 4 or 5 years old. And until I was about 8 or 9, man, watching it was like freaky. And I'll tell you what, you want to kind of make yourself a little scared or a little, I don't know, raise your blood pressure. Crank up the Jaws theme on your whatever you listen to music with, and AirPods or Skull Candy or whatever you listen to it, and just put that on. And there's parts of it that will get your heart racing. Dun, 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 dun. That
John Williams, right?
Yeah, oh yeah, John Williams.
Yep.
Oh yeah. And I'm like, I was at least listening to it last year, and just listening to it, laying there with my eyes closed, and I'm like, wow, damn, this is why it was so scary. The music drove this, along with
put it on mute. It's dumb.
Yes, those are the two that really, I would say, scarred me. But I remember to this day how scary it was, man. Today kids are desensitized.
But the Imperial March, just look at good music.
Oh,
music.
Yeah. Oh yeah, Vader didn't scare me. I like Vader. Moving on. Okay, this is a fun one.
All right,
this is a fun one.
Bring it on.
We're animal lovers. We
Yep.
both have animals. I have a dog named Little. You got
I got Layla.
Layla's
She's
cool.
playing
Layla's
right
hanging
now.
out with us right now.
Hi, pretty girl.
She's just hanging out. She's a cutie. If animals could talk, like Dr. Dolittle style, which would be the rudest? I think we agree on this one.
It's got to be raccoons.
Raccoons, they're just assholes.
Yeah.
I mean, they just have that look of an asshole. Like you said, we've seen
Great
Great Outdoors.
Yeah.
I mean, you could just see a raccoon going down it. Hey, what you doing? Hey, give me your trash. That's kind of what I would. What are some others that would be assholes?
Geese.
Geese. I shit on your pants. I don't know why I sounded like an Italian.
Starlings. They fly by, they poop on you.
Oh, what would be another one? Coyotes.
Yeah, they're not too bad.
So yeah, definitely raccoons. They would holler at you while they're getting in their trash, or they knock.
I call them trash pandas.
Yep, the Rocket City Trash Pandas. Yeah. There's a minor league baseball team. I think it's in Alabama. Rocket City Trash Pandas, and they're literally a raccoon in a trash can.
Yes,
it's outstanding. Michael,
cheers.
Or Mike, what's the most embarrassing thing you've ever worn?
Oh, probably back when I was in high school / college. I was a CNA at a local nursing home, and that was back when nurses used to have their pins and they used to wear their hats, And we had to wear white scrubs and white out uniforms.
Oh my.
They're basically see-through white.
Oh.
But I was one of the very few guys that worked there, so I had an exception. I could get white Levi's 501 button fly denim white pants.
Oh my.
So that was
You were looking fly in the white pants.
Yes, I was.
Well, my most embarrassing would be something I actually don't mind wearing every St. Patrick's Day, is my kilt.
Yeah.
My friends and I, throughout the years as firefighters, we would meet up every St. Patrick's Day and have a little shamrockery, as it were, as to quote Liam Neeson.
Yes.
We would have our kilts, custom ordered kilts, and we would wear them, and people would say, well, what are you wearing under there? I said, well,
Takes balls to wear one.
that's right. People would say it's embarrassing. I don't care. I like it. I got the legs for it. Hell.
There you go.
But as far as embarrassing, I remember when I was a kid, well before I worked at the ballpark, there was a mascot for the place my dad worked. It was like a grocery store or something, and I was the mascot for that game, and that was kind of cool. But again, it could be an embarrassing thing.
Could be.
Moving on, ever forward as it were, what is or would be the absolute worst name you could give your child?
Got one for you. So I actually know of somebody that, so Sue for a boy, not bad, makes for a good song.
Boy named Sue.
I know somebody that they named their child, the little girl, Debris. But it wasn't
What?
like DE''BREE. It was DEBRIS. She accidentally named her kid Trash.
That is terrible.
Not even joking.
That is terrible. I would say, well, depending, I don't know, man. Some of these names are just crazy. If you can't spell it, don't name the kid.
Elon Musk, his kid with numbers and letters and stuff.
Yeah, I mean, go to the Bible. There's some damn good names in there.
Yep.
Yeah. I just
Make good choices.
make good choices. If you're the worst name is one you can't spell or pronounce, right? I mean,
Absolutely.
really, because that kid's gonna, and trust me, I know this. That kid's gonna play hell throughout his school.
My daughter's
schoolyard
Ellie,
days.
named after her grandma Eleanor, but
Right.
on every legal document, we know who she was named after. It's Ellie. Just
Yep.
keep it simple.
Yep. Absolutely, sir. My middle name is Sean, but nobody knows how to pronounce it because it's Sean. So
There you go.
anyway, so I know about names, but I love that name. And if the kid appreciates you, they'll love their name too. All right. Here's one I didn't mark down, but we're going to still ask the question. If peanut butter wasn't called peanut butter, what would it be called?
Nut spread.
Nuts. I love it. I love it. I was going to say nut cream, but
Yeah, whichever.
you got nut cream or nut crunchy.
Smooth or chunky.
Are you a chunky peanut butter or creamy?
Definitely crunchy.
No, see, I'm the opposite, man.
Yeah.
And I love, man, this is the second time we're talking about peanut butter jelly
Love me
sandwiches.
some we can do that today.
Hey, what about peanut butter whiskey?
It's okay.
It's a little sweet, man.
It's
I mean, I'm all for sweet, but what would the worst buy one get one free sale of all time? What would be the worst?
STDs.
I would say marriages.
Oh, yeah.
I knew that was going down a dark place.
To the wrong person, yes.
That was going to a dark place. That was not going to be anything.
Nope.
CDs. Yeah, we are having a good time. Well, there's a question here you kind of already answered.
All right.
What is
What's
the
that?
funniest name you've actually heard and used in real world? Debris?
Yeah, I mean, I see some really interesting names, but there's all kinds. Yeah, just we'll go with Debris. Keep it simple.
Debris. Here's a good one. Since we're imbibing, what sport would be the funniest? I think this could be a multitude of sports, not just one. What sport would be the funniest to add a mandatory amount of alcohol to?
Chess would be fun
Nice.
if you don't care.
I would say
Spelling bee.
spelling bee. There you go. I would say basketball. I would like to see him to try to run down the.
Curling, they already drink. That's Canadian.
Yeah. Baseball, I don't want to get hurt because somebody's drinking and pitching. They might. Well, they got helmets.
Spelling bee. Competitive spelling bee.
Competitive spelling. Oh my God, that's funny. Hockey.
Well,
they're already crazy ass.
Yeah, they don't need it.
That would just kill people. Same way with football. Anyway, I thought that was a funny question. All right, man. I'm kind of winging it now. You know, I've got ones we marked, but I'm reading these and things are kind of loosening up. And
Yep.
Another animal question.
Yeah.
Oh, dude, this is good. What would be the coolest animal to scale up to the size of a horse? Oh, that's a good one.
That is a good one. Huh.
Ladies and gentlemen, Mike Davis is pondering.
I'm thinking about it.
What about a dog?
Could be cool.
Just throw a saddle on old Layla and take her for.
How about a sloth?
Oh my God.
Moving incredibly slow. Hummingbird.
That'd
Can you imagine the sound behind that?
That'd sound like an airplane.
Yeah. That'd be kind of fun.
About a woodpecker.
Oh. Destroying buildings would be like Mothzilla.
It'd be like Rampage.
Yeah. Exactly. That's what I was thinking.
What about you guys that are listening and listen to us cut up? What do you think would be an animal to scale up the size of a horse? What two totally normal things become really weird if you do them back to back? Tough questions here.
This is a tough question. Seems so simple. I don't know.
All right, we'll go to the next one. All right, here we go. What would the creepiest thing you could say while passing a stranger on the street?
Good to see you again.
I could go into my my old southern. You want some French fried potatoes?
Want a balloon? You know, there's.
That's bad. That is creepy. What would the world be like if it was filled with male and female copies of you?
Awesome but scary.
Yes. Agreed.
We would get stuff accomplished. We would get stuff done. There would be just...
The world would be happy.
We would work hard. We would play hard. It'd be just peace.
Dude, our world's going to hell.
That's why we're trying to fix it.
Absolutely. And we both have the man on our side. The good Lord above.
You got that, you're in trouble.
Yes. Okay. Let's have a little fun with this.
All right, let's hear it.
What are some fun ways to answer everyday questions like, how's it going? Or, what do you do? How's it going, Mike?
Fun till I met you.
Exactly. What do you do? None of your damn business. If you can't tell, we're like grumpy old men here. All right, you know? No, we're both really nice guys. Oh, here's a good one, Mike. If your 5-year-old self suddenly found themselves inhibiting your current body, what would your 5-year-old self do first?
Slowly stretch, stand up slow.
I would eat as much candy and ice cream as I possibly could.
Oh, yeah.
And then take a nap.
Yeah. Don't fight the naps. Just don't fight.
Or push the kid that's messing with me at the playground.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, my God. First, think of a product. Now, think what would be the absolute worst brand name for one of those products? Preparation H.
Yeah.
Hangers.
Yeah. Boy, there's
a lot.
There's a lot.
That might be a podcast episode in there.
That could be a standalone.
We'll make that.
That
you know what? We will circle this, and our next podcast, we will pick a bunch of products. And hey, people are listening.
Rebrand.
You got any ideas?
Rebrand.
Yes. You got any ideas that could go with this question? Think of a product, everybody. Now, what would be the absolute worst brand name for one of those products?
Contact Sea to Shining Sea Consulting Company.
Exactly. Tequila. Hangover water.
Good choices, water.
Yep, exactly. Make good choices. All right.
Courage drink. How about this? What? Since we're celebrating trips around the sun.
Yeah.
What do you want to get done in the next year?
What do I want to get done? All right. What I want to get done the next year, I would like to get more people to listen to this podcast. Really. I'm being serious. I love this. Talking. I appreciate you, man. Every time I come back, you want to sit down with me and talk. Hopefully, you know, this is kind of a quick episode for us, but
yeah, it's all right.
I mean, I would love to get better myself. Always trying to better myself, you know. But when you have a passion for something, your passion, we are drinking. And I appreciate that.
Right. Work hard, play hard.
Yeah, work hard, play hard. Mike, he doesn't sell it because he's not in business, but it's totally a hobby and it's delicious. Anybody in the area should reach out to you. Anyway,
We take care of our friends, real simple, but
no, man, I would love to grow the podcast. And, you know, I'm working with my son, Justin. Him and I are going to record a Spider-Man podcast as soon as I can get him wrangled to do it.
right.
You know, and he's in that age where if I could do a little bit of maybe get him interested in something.
Oh, grooming.
Grooming, yeah.
Yeah.
And the fact he wants to help me. And if I want some of his age groups to listen to this podcast, you know, hey, in all honesty, yeah, that and just keep my health, man. You know, I'm healthy right now, and we get men of a certain age. You get to a certain point, it's a matter of preservation.
It is.
You know, it really is. What about you, man?
Just kind of trying to kill it at work, trying to take care of my neighbors helping neighbors, that type thing.
That's what Midwesterners do, man.
That's what we do.
You know, and that's what everybody in the United States, this being an American podcast, American themed, in general, other than maybe your inner cities and places where there's a deep divide, that's usually what most Americans do. It's the American way. It really is.
Help each other out. Help, not a hand out, but a hand up.
But that also goes back to our beliefs, man.
Right.
You know?
Christians is what we do.
Love thy neighbor as thyself, right?
Yeah. For me this year, it's kind of more of, one of the, about a month ago, we were at Menards on a Friday night, so our local hardware store, and I needed to get some paint. It's just a quick trip. I had work I wanted to get done. And we walked in, and we saw some friends there in electrical. Mm-hmm. And we said hi to them real quick because they were talking with another couple. As we went and got our paint, it was about 10 minutes later. We walked by, and they were sitting in lawn and garden in some patio chairs. Mm-hmm. And we stopped and sat down for about a half hour in our local home improvement store and hung out on patio furniture on a Friday night, unplanned, unscripted with our friends. And it was the best double date that we didn't have to get all fancy and clean our house and whatever. We actually had another gal stop by, and she just kind of started talking to us because she wanted to hang out with us. We didn't know her, but she was like, something special is happening. So
that's awesome.
I think anytime you can tell people you are around, you love them, you thank you for what they do for you.
Absolutely.
But cherish every moment you have because we're not promised or guaranteed a thing.
No. And throughout the year, you people pass away. You know, I lost Mom a couple years ago, and she was young for her age. And
doesn't matter.
It's just
cherish every moment.
Cherish every moment. Absolutely. That's why I always say a trip around the sun. You know, it's better than saying happy birthday. You know. So another beautiful day here in Iowa.
Welcome to God's country.
Amen. Although I do have to. God was a little nicer to the Carolinas.
Well, we have our hours. It's okay.
Yeah, if anybody's in the Charlotte, North Carolina area, give old Chris Casey a holler. I'll show you around.
It is pretty country.
It is. Oh, man. Any other thoughts or?
Nope. Just blessed and always happy to be with hanging with friends.
Hell yeah.
It's always a good thing. Yeah, it's all good. So, folks, listen to a undisclosed time and date for episode 4 coming up. But guess what? It will be here.
Thank you, Mike, for recording with me. We'll try this again.
But stay tuned for other future small little podcasts of famous speeches.
Famous speeches. The YouTube page, everybody. Please check out the YouTube page.
Subscribe.
Maybe tonight we will record a couple spots for the YouTube page. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for listening to the madness today. We appreciate it. I'm Chris Casey, and this is Sea to Shining Sea. We'll see you next time.